open the coffin to crawl back in.
You do so. You arrive at the obvious morgue, one of the larger stone buildings, and are met with a few more guards.
I flash the paperwork.
Bam. Okay, let's see.
I need to lay fully down and go ahead and remove the cloth from the gem once I'm laying down.
Okay, you want to activate the gem?
Yeah.
Okay. You manage to shut the lid, and you... Last thing you remember is pulling the cloth from the gem.
Okay.
Just because I can't find another token, I'll take this one. The carriage stops right about here, and it's a little bit of a roundabout. Elric, you see this addressee gentleman, now wave you over and claim that I cannot see paperwork from that far.
I approach.
You are tilted. This gentleman inquires your business.
Paying final respects to an individual on behalf of their family. Here's the paperwork for it.
He'll look it over, hum to himself, stamp this, stamp that, adjust his glasses, make sure he reads everything, signatures are in order, all set. Oh! He says, adjusting his glasses again. And finally tune into the paperwork that would essentially get permittance to the catacombs.
I have a feeling this person has a lot of skill points into paperwork.
From the way he's studying this, you would probably say so. And he asked to have a search of the carriage. One of the guards will immediately begin to make his way over to the carriage.
I approach the side of the carriage and make sure the door is unlocked.
The guard will open the door, and the addressee is the one to go inside. You're standing at a vantage point. You can see him in the open doorway, Elric.
Right.
Ah, just as I thought, he says, and appears back in the doorway to address you. Looks like you don't have it sealed properly. You immediately see the Beat Knight's head crane at you like, what?
Yes, we do not have it sealed properly for a reason. There were a few items that the deceased wished to be buried with, and we have yet to put them in. We were going to do that as soon as we were in the catacombs as part of their final respects.
Ah, right. No. Oh, again. Yeah. That's fine. No, but you don't have the coffin sealed. You need it sealed by the church to be admitted to the catacombs. It's kind of a new policy we've instated.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Could you please point us in the direction of the church to make sure that we can get there?
Yeah, certainly. It's just directly... He points down the road. It's directly due west of us here. Just the big building. Can't miss it. Just straight down there. He hands you back your paperwork and tells you just get it sealed and return here, and you'll be all set and cleared.
Okay. I nod and say thank you very much for this new information.
What do you do?
I enter the carriage itself and check on the corpse.
Ophelia is clutching this stone. She is comatose.
Okay. I close the lid.
Close the lid.
Is there a lock on it temporarily?
There's no lock on this coffin.
That is unfortunate. Okay,
This would be a very, well done ceremonial coffin. It would happen to have, like, the bars and whatnot for, proper handles or carries on either side. It's not just a
mm-hmm.
bland box, but no, there's not an active padlock or anything.
Okay. Uh, so everything is in order here? With the
Ev-
coffin? Okay,
Everything seems fine. Everything
good,
seems normal.
good, good. Um, at this point I approach the beat knight, back up on the carriage and say, we need to make a pit stop at the church. He said it was due west of this building, so we need to head west.
Knight says that should be easy to find. Elric, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of have you guys go about the morgue. And from right here, from this straightaway, you can see about almost across the city. You can practically see the church from this road here. It is the largest building on the opposite side. You will easily begin to make your way there. You get to about to this intersection here. The Beat Knight has not just drawn out conversation or anything. You believe he's disappointed in you. But at this point, your pocket resonates, in which you would have had the Oracle paper.
I pull it out.
What's going on is written on it.
I pull out writing utensil and write back. They instilled a new policy. Need to head to church.
Let me know what you need. If you need, be careful.
Understood.
Okay. At this point, you might want to zoom out a little bit. Because I need to point out some dimensions here. Okay, do you see the pool I am pinging at right here?
Yep.
Okay, that will be a frontward fountain. The building right next to it, here, would be somewhat like an open shrine, an open temple, and a courtyard. This entire L shape here, with this being the back of the building, well, this, capital I-shaped building is the church itself.
Alright.
And at this point, this entire area up here, that is just to your right, is also in the large, open, columned, like temple-like area. So you immediately pull up right here, and you are met. The courtyard is filled with people of the cloth. A lot of people, as expected, but they're all sitting about the courtyard, so it seems busier than usual. At least the courtyard does. You are immediately halted by a few people, as well as a guard or two, claiming that no carriage is beyond this point, and asking your business. We'll say right here. Stop you right there.
We were here to put someone's loved one to rest. However, there is a new policy where we have to get the church's seal of approval on this casket.
They understand and will notice your clothing and ask, are you the, will you be the, essentially the, what's the word I'm looking for? Floundering on words today. They are asked, are you to be the person to take care of the body? Are you the, not the caretaker, are you the overseer of this body, so to speak?
Indeed, I pull out the robes that I just picked up. I have yet to change. I'm trying to keep these as clean as possible.
They understand, and a few of these people will gladly usher you and say, if you will be this way, the guards will escort your friend around the back, and we can get the body prepared for the ceremony. It will not take long, and we can have you on your way.
Excellent.
They're kind of ushering you to join them in the courtyard leading towards the church. While another guard is on the opposite side of the beat knight over here talking to the beat knight, telling the beat knight that they're going to escort him around the back. You now kind of realize that you're going to be separated.
Okay.
What do you do? Do you join them?
No, someone has to stay with the body while they do the whole seal of approval. I go with the body.
They express their do you say that out loud?
No.
Okay. These people of cloth are kind of holding hands out like, come on, this way, telling you to join them as if to go in the front entrance of the church.
Okay, then, I do so.
Beat Knight is trying his best to make eye contact or catch some signal off of you without physically saying anything.
I kind of just nonchalantly give a sign of approval with my hand or something.
The Beat Knight has seen it as the guards will usher the carriage out of your view. You are guided by a few members of what appear to be different faiths, as their clothing would show, into this small little pavilion here. As well, you see essentially the front door, the church's, well, the doors on either side here have quite a few people waiting about. Like, the doors are closed and there are people just waiting, not in a line, but what you would expect to be to get inside. At this moment, a few of the people standing about will tell you that unfortunately there's a ceremony going on at the moment. If you would just be patient, it'll be done in just a few moments. If you want to mingle about, the doors will open in a few minutes and we'll be right with you guys.
Alright.
Ophelia,
Yes.
the next thing you are aware of, the Beat Knight has taken the gem out of your hand.
What exactly is going on?
I unfortunately don't have a lot of time to explain. You're going to have to make a decision, he says. The casket needs to be sealed with a blessing of some kind by the church. And they're going to need the coffin. You can stay here in the carriage or go back to sleepy time and stay in the coffin. But we're going to have to move you. Or move the box.
Are they going to look in the box?
No, it would not be customary in this blessing. I am familiar with this particular type, but I'm not sure about how wise it would be to leave you alone in the carriage as well.
Hey, I'm not that bad.
I'm not going to be here to cover for you, he says. I have to go with the box.
I stare blankly. I'll stay in the carriage?
So he's not going to be able to cover for you if they notice that there's a person in the carriage. I can't do this, I'm not here. Never mind. I can't help you.
I said those words.
I'm reiterating them for her. I don't think she got it. I can't do that, though. I'm not there.
That is what the Beat
Well,
Knight
are
is.
you still going to help? Will you take the gem back out of my hand?
He says, of course, yes.
Okay, I'll stay asleep. But can I, is there... Never mind. I just lay back down and look at him.
I'm just trying to keep you in the loop, he says.
I appreciate it. At least you're not Elric. You'd beat me with your lymph noodle.
As he gently Shuts the coffin. Elric, you are about the courtyard with a bajillion little people of different, well, deities.
Right.
Mingle about, do as you please. As you're kind of just waiting for the doors to open. For
Well,
token's sake, I'm not, just imagine. Use your
I know.
imagination.
What all do I see in the courtyard besides the people?
There's a small fountain right over here in this patio area. You are currently underneath this kind of columned pavilion here with a few stone benches. It's a nice little courtyard. There's some flowers and trees, as much like a little garden. But it's mainly the front courtyard of the church.
Is there a lip on the fountain that one could sit down at?
Certainly.
I would like to do so.
Okay.
And just stare at the fountain because it's pleasant.
Do so.
I bide my time.
Are you still going to just stand under this pavilion and think you're sitting at the fountain, or...
No, I said I was going to go sit at the fountain. Yeah.
So go sit to the fountain.
There.
Not doing everything for you.
Well, I know that. But I thought, for token's sake, that we weren't doing anything. I'm sorry.
You have a token. You can do it.
Okay, fine. Well, I do it.
So, you're just biding your time. No one's really come about to bother you. No one's, thrown off that you're the only one sitting at the fountain. No one's really... you're not drawing attention to yourself.
Right.
But before too long, someone does saddle up beside you, with you, and sit at the fountain. She is dressed in just as pristine clothing as everybody else around here. She appears to be a dwarf, as far as you can take in.
Alright.
She gets your attention by words and words alone. So, you would be...
Sadly, no one of importance.
Oh, come now, that's not very polite. What's your name?
The name is Ode. O-D-E.
Ah, very fitting, she says.
Yes. When one is generally supposed to handle funerals, you need something slightly fitting.
So you've made your own alias. That's not your name.
It's just my business name.
Roll persuasion.
I've got points in that.
Cool.
So let's see. Persuasion plus that is... Hey, nice. That was a 16.
Alright. So, you're certainly an out-of-towner.
Indeed. I'm generally called upon when family members are either too busy to attend, such as they have other matters around the funeral to deal with, or, in the worst cases, no one cared to pay the final respects.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh, that was better, 18.
Right. Interesting, she says, as she's now captivated by you. So, where do you hail from? Excuse me.
Oh, I don't really have a home anywhere. I generally stay to one area, though, so I'm from the east, very small town.
Well, since you're called on quite often, you should certainly have some sort of practice set up.
It's more of word-by-mouth advertising.
Right. And I assume you would use your business name for that?
Yes,
Kind of a small operation. Is it just yourself?
it is.
Roll persuasion.
That was nice. Um, that plus that would be a 22.
Yeah, you believe you've just about forged nonfiction with this.
Right.
A Another member of the cloth, a older male figure, will kind of overhear this and has kind of stepped in with the conversation as well, now intrigued. And asks, pose that he's from the east as well, and unfortunately he's never heard of your business. Yes, your name again.
The name is Ode, and as I am called on often, it is also not often enough to be known for anything spectacular. You only I'm only for funerals. I don't do anything else.
Roll persuasion.
That was a natural 20. Um, plus 3, that's, wow, 23.
This man is sold and just essentially leaves you be like he's just met a celebrity. Like, oh my gosh, that was so cool.
Apparently my dice like bluff and persuasion.
The female, still sitting with you, asks, what particularly are you on business today for?
Well, a particular family who wishes to not be known could not entirely attend the final respects of their loved one, as they had other business, like I said, related to the funeral that they had to take care of: wills, testaments, dividing of treasures, what little there were. So they sent me to assist in properly sending off their loved one.
Roll persuasion.
I knew it was going to end eventually. That's a 6.
Yes, metaphorically speaking, you've spilled the beans. Something about your phrasing. Your confidence has gone out the window and you begin to sweat as you know whatever you have just said or however you have just said it, you blew it. You see your eyes catch the words that tumble out of your mouth in a particular phrasing that you didn't mean to, but it happened. And she very quietly puts her hands in her lap and kind of stares off at the church. And kind of inches just about a little bit closer to you. And in a hushed tone says, okay, I knew it. So, here's the deal. I've been watching you. I don't know who you are. I don't know really what you're doing here. But I've been in this business long enough to know a money man when I see one. I mean, honestly, did you really think I was a priest?
No, because no priest in their right mind would strike up a conversation with another priest who is accompanying a funeral, or a dead person, or at least trying to be accompanying them.
Not exactly true, but I guess there's some truth to that. But look, I'll keep it short. I want in on whatever your deal is. Tell me what it is, and I would be inclined not to go and let the local guards figure out your plan.
Instead, how about I give you 30 gold?
Instead, how about I go? How about I not go tell the guards and have you thrown in prison or worse? I uphold my standards. I cannot just be bought. I need some bargaining tools here. I need some leverage. So what are you really doing?
No one's been in the catacombs before. Someone just wants to know what all is down there.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, that one was nice. That one was 16 plus 3 is 19.
Okay, what's your... Hang on, what's your bonus?
It's plus 3.
Okay, I'm actually going to give you a disadvantage because she knows you're lying about things now.
Okay.
So your bonus is going to be negative, like the same but inverse. What is it, plus 3?
Yeah,
It's going to be minus 3 now.
which means it's 13.
Okay. So, you're certainly getting paid for this. How much?
They never told me. So I got a bum deal.
Right. Who else is here with you?
A driver and the corpse.
Alive?
No. Rolls persuasion.
Yeah, take it. Persuasion.
Okay, so it's negative 3, right? Math 16.
Oh man. Your dice are trying to help you out now, aren't they?
Yeah, they apparently love persuasion.
Very good, very good.
They hate stealing, but they love persuasion.
You've kind of, I wouldn't say won her over. You've got her in this kind of lying limbo. Like you obviously know she's on to you, but
She doesn't know what I say is right and what is wrong.
kind of. She says, well, regardless, we'll just stick around until we figure out that payment. If you want a map of the catacombs, I can just get that for you. Are you sure that's all you needed?
Yeah, that was everything. They truly just wanted to see what, probably who, was down there.
Roll persuasion.
That is... So, math. I hate mathing. Calculating odd numbers. That's... 17 minus 3 is what? 314?
Okay. So, do you have everything you would need to get into the catacombs?
Yes.
Roll persuasion.
That's a basic 15 minus 3. 12.
12's not gonna do it.
But I wasn't trying to persuade, I was telling the truth. I got everything except the key, which we get at the morgue.
Right, but she doesn't know that.
Well,
Not quite sure what to make of you. But I guess that won't matter. I'm not just gonna hand this over on a silver platter. We'll see what happens. At this point, you begin to see people start filtering into the church as the doors have opened.
at this point, I completely ignore her, get up, and start filtering into the church also, because, I need to wait with the crowd.
Okay? She will walk right alongside you. Keep your pace. You are immediately next in this service, Elric. As you walk into the ceremonial room, you notice your particular coffin has been set up in front of a blessing table at the back, as well as a few priests standing about. You see the Beat Knight standing in the back. He gives you a nod. You would expect, kind of excited to see you.
Mm-hmm.
And a few of the priests will approach you and ask, did the body have any, well, ask essentially any specific deities or uh, religious practices before the seal is to take place.
Question for the DM: at this point, would the holy relic come into place, or is that in the catacombs?
What? The answer from the DM would be you are required to have an artifact of holy significance to enter the catacombs as a priest.
Okay, so then to keep the guys up, I should probably present the artifact in order to make sure that I know exactly which deity I'm supposed to represent.
At this point as well, they will also offer you to a side change room to change into your robings.
I do so.
Okay, you are now essentially dressed as the cloth version of a druid priest. The Beat Knight gives a thumbs up.
Okay. I present the relic and state that the family wished to be represented with this relic. Or represented with this deity.
Alright, a few blessings are said over a few priests, some holy sage and whatnot have been waved over the coffin. A few more words are said. Essentially, you just stand by with the Beat Knight, and just as that, essentially, they claim it is done. The body is all set and prepared and cleared for the catacombs.
Excellent.
They appreciate and thank you for your time and ask if there's anything else you need.
I state that is all. Thank you.
Alright, they give you a thanks. They give the Beat Knight a thanks, as well as this female dwarf who is also filtered in with you. A few guards come from behind a curtain and collect the coffin as well as the Beat Knight. Begin to make their way towards whatever you guess would be the back entrance they came in.
Right.
Alright, Elric, you need to get out of the church and meet back up with the carriage.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I would like to go to the carriage.
As soon as you go out the front, the large pillared pavilion here, you can see the carriage waiting for you back at the road, kind of where you were left at.
Okay.
The Beat Knight has seen you. And Ophelia, since then, the Beat Knight has snuck in and woken you up, explaining everything's set, and we're good to go back to the morgue.
Okay, question. Did my nap heal me?
Did your nap kill you?
Heal!
Heal!
Heal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, what? Unfortunately, the comatose gem does not heal you. The Beat Knight did, well, we'll say the Beat Knight did pour you a quick little cup of his special tea brand. We'll give you, not back at full health, but you're better.
I almost killed you with an arm.
Okay, Elric, you're back where your
aware I'm
token
still
is
being
at you
followed.
stand.
I'm also
sorry?
aware I'm still being followed.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea. I want to sit back down at the fountain temporarily.
Okay.
I'm sure the dwarf lady will follow.
She'll stand. She won't sit this time.
Okay. I have cast minor illusion. I want to try and Please, dice, roll with me here.
Remember your inventory as a DM tip.
Yes, I do know my inventory.
Okay.
I still
Okay.
The Beat Knight will rap on the back of the back of the carriage like before, just to get a kick out of it.
I'll respawn.
You hear him giggle.
I want to try and cast an illusion over this dwarf of me still sitting there.
Roll
So
effectiveness. Just go ahead and roll that for me.
Come on. Yes! 19.
Okay. You have easily made an illusory version of yourself sitting at this fountain.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and change into my armor.
Right, this dwarf will kind of sidestep the fountain and just start heading for the carriage. And
Are you
just kind of
serious?
say, suit yourself.
No, I was trying to trick her. Ah! It didn't work.
She will give hail to the Beat Knight. Beat Knight will give a respective hail back.
I hurry up and approach the carriage with a red stone in hand.
With a what?
A red stone, the emergency stones in the inventory.
You happen to have your bags with you, yes? Your
I
bag
want to
of
shuffle
gems.
around quickly for a red stone.
Okay. What did the red stone do?
Memory.
Okay.
I need to wipe her memory of us. How does one go about using these? Do I crush it? How do I activate it?
As Cal's signature, you were not given every single detail, as his character implies. You do not know how to activate these.
Okay, you know what? I pull out the parchment and write down, how do I activate a stone?
A stone? Question mark is all you get back.
The red memory crystal.
Takes a little bit for a response, and you get place it on their forehead. It'll wipe their memory for like 5 minutes.
It'll wipe their memory for 5 minutes, or will it wipe their memory of the past 5 minutes?
Do you write that down?
Yes.
Takes a little bit longer than you're comfortable with, and you get, I don't know, never used them. At this point, the Beat Knight will chime up and tell you, are you coming or not? As you now see, this female dwarf has sat up front with the Beat Knight. And she's looking at you and kind of pats the seat beside her like, are you coming?
I approach and I want to try and swiftly place this on her forehead. I need to take a chance.
Alright, are you trying to hide it until you get up close to her?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a flat out d20 for stealth.
19.
Alright. Okay, you are swiftly palming this right now.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Right here at the steps to hop up on the carriage.
Have I noticed that there was...
You're in the coffin, you're asleep.
No, I'm not. Midnight woke me up.
Ophelia, you heard someone step up on the carriage next to Beat Knight, and you've heard voices. It's not soundproof, but doesn't quite sound like Elric.
Anyway.
Is there a window or something I can look out?
Not up at the front. The closest you'd have to do is get out of the carriage. Would you like to do so?
We're still church. No, I'm good. I might find it a little suspicious if the body gets there, if a person steps out of a carriage where there was only supposed to be a body.
I
Elric,
want
you're
to
being...
swiftly place it on her forehead.
Roll reflex.
Ah. Oh, hey, that's nice. Well, 16? 16 will work?
Not against my nat 20.
I've...
She swiftly grabs your hand and just stares you in the eyes. She squeezes your hand enough for you to drop this stone on the ground, and just looks at you with all purpose and intent, and a little bit of intimidation. Don't try it. Sit down. You are thoroughly sure this is not an average priest anymore. The Beat Knight cranes around like he did to Ophelia. Is there a problem?
When we get to the catacombs, I have an idea.
Do you say that aloud?
No.
Okay.
I talk to myself, I'm sorry. Anyway.
She lets go of your hand.
Let's move on to the morgue.
Do you kind of sit up on the back?
Yeah.
Do you collect the stone you dropped?
Yeah.
Okay. As you very unhappily sit on the back seat, the Beat Knight will spin around and ask you, "Are you okay?"
I'll be fine. I pull out the parchment and write down, did you just need the body back, or did you need the coffin too?
You get a quicker response this time. He said, the body.
I write a check mark.
Ophelia, someone else has jumped on the back of the carriage. There's one more person than there needs to be, as far as you can tell. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going the wrong way.
I want to
Technically.
try to peek out
I'll keep going this way, though.
the carriage.
In what direction?
I kind of want to try and peek out the door up front to see if I can see who's up there.
From your angle at the door, you can kind of see Elric sitting behind someone.
I'm going to do the little Beat Knight knock.
Elric, you just hear this dwarven woman giggle as if she's won at this point. So, he is a good liar. Gotta hand it to you. It's not always the easiest. But we're here. Step out and do your job and let's get on with this. I'd like to be paid sooner. You show up. The addressee is back, expecting papers.
I hand the papers. Get off the carriage and hand the papers.
He looks you up and down and comments you on your attire. Says it looks good on you.
Thank you. It helps very much if you know a good tailor.
He stamps the appropriate paperwork and says you were all cleared to put the coffin in the catacombs. At any point, you can access from either the church or the local cemetery if you would like a more private uh, burial, he kind of phrases.
We will do so. Does he hand us the key?
No.
Is he going to go with us because we need to go to the cemetery to do it?
No.
Will there be guards at the cemetery who will let us in?
Do you ask them?
Yes.
He says yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
He has pointed you towards the cemetery just north of here. You would have passed by it on the way to the tailor's.
Right. We head to the cemetery.
Alright. So, Ophelia. Mystery woman.
Is there a way for me to crawl out of the carriage without being noticed and take a seat next to Elric?
Oh yeah, the beatnight's going to kind of detour through the park here. There's not really that many people wandering about. You can easily do that.
I want to get out of the carriage and sit beside Elric.
I'll easily just have you do that. Elric, you will be scooted over as the door's on this side. But, yeah. Ophelia, you notice there is a dwarven woman dressed in priest clothing here. She will turn around and express a very kind-hearted and very genuine hello and greeting, and express it is pleased to meet you, and tell you that her name is Kyrie.
Hello, Kyrie. My name is Ophelia. I am supposed to be the dead corpse. As you can see, I'm not, but I'm supposed to be.
She says, wonderful to meet you. It is a lovely outfit. Loves your dress.
I look at Thank you. I look at Elric. What's her deal? Why do you seem so disenchanted by her?
She won't even give you time to speak, Elric. She says, well, it's simple. You guys are obviously here to pull something, and I want in on it.
I stare blankly. And exactly how much are you expecting?
Probably half. We'll see.
Okay then. I just get really quiet. And I still have the little comatose stone in my hand and cloth, and I want to hand it to Elric. The cloth.
Okay.
And just kind of lean over. You're more stealthy than me. You might need it.
I pick it up and put it in the bag. Still in the cloth.
Right. At this point, you will pull up outside of the cemetery. It's got its own wall set up that kind of mimics the outer wall of the city itself. From what you can tell, the outer wall of this cemetery itself is kind of set up with walkways, as you would think someone could walk around and give viewings and respects and ceremonies about the walkways instead of actually just on the grounds, like in front of the tombs if need be. The Beat Knight will take notice, kind of glancing through the gate here, and say that, well, the guards will easily help us get the box to the catacombs, but we still need a key. That is, if we want to come out the same way we go in, because Cal did say that they will lock us in. Kyrie will agree to that.
I have a plan for that.
Everyone looks at you.
I'm going to slip away for a moment and use one of the gems that Cal handed us. No, I don't say Cal. Our employer handed us. This should give us an advantage. I should be able to sneak and find a spare key somewhere. Beat Knight, what I need you to do, and if everyone else can do as well, except our friend Ophelia temporarily, please offer some tea with everybody.
The Beat Knight is all for it.
As a respect for the dead, a final drink, if you will.
And immediately begins to pull out a couple of teacups and start pouring everyone here a glass.
I will slip away for a moment, offer one to the guard that helps us get in.
He kind of stops mid-pour. Oh, not now. Okay.
Yes, not now.
What?
He stares down sadly into his teacup. As everyone is kind of hopping off of the cart, a few guards will come and meet you at the gate. Kind of waiting to see what you're going to do.
Okay, before the guards come down, I would like to try and get into the cabin of the car. We've got 4 people on the cart right now. Someone needs to be in the cabin. I need to slip in there.
Okay, you can easily duck down the other side before these guards come out through the actual gate.
Okay, I need to use a blue invisibility gem on myself.
Okie doke.
I'm going to presume it works the same way. I'm going to touch it to my forehead.
You fish out a blue gem from the bag and touch it to your forehead.
Am I invisible to myself?
You can see your hands. You are not invisible to yourself.
Okay. I get away and tap on Ophelia's shoulder. Can she see me?
Ophelia, something taps on your shoulder.
Do I see anything?
You do not.
Excellent. It worked. Okay. We need to get into the... I go over to the elf lady and say, please play the priest. Everyone needs to get into the... Everyone needs to get into the... Yeah, the dwarf lady, sorry. The dwarf lady.
Darn it! Man, that would have been so great. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I caught myself. Need to get into the catacombs. Right before they go into the catacombs, suggest the tea for a final farewell. Guards included.
Alright. The plan begins to unfold. The Beat Knight addresses why they're here. The guards will offer to help to take the coffin to the catacombs. Kyrie will pose as the priest who is overseeing this body. Ophelia, you're just here as like a guest, maybe a family member. The guards will not question, as you are very fancily dressed as well. The Beat Knight will graciously offer them a last round. The guards will decline and look at the Beat Knight like, really? You want to drink now?
It's like it's only tea.
The Beat Knight will pose. It is only a mere tea, and it would be last respects of the body. And the guards will decline again, saying it is not in their line or policy. But
while they're doing this, that's perfectly fine. I want to try and invisibly sneak a key off one of the guards.
okay, they will begin to make their way around to the side to open the carriage door to help get this coffin. Go ahead and roll stealth. How do you want to get the keys? There's obvious... Each guard would have an obvious ring of about 2 or 3 keys on their belt side.
Mm-hmm. I want to try and... Well, as one of the guards is unlocking things, I want to slip the other one off the key ring and... Not the key ring, but take the keys and replace it with an illusory copy.
Okay.
With a natural 20.
You do so perfectly. Not a sound is heard. Basically, you gave this man about 40 more keys.
Okay.
This man will never lose a set of keys in his life.
Also, does the dwarf lady have tea?
She has a glass, but she does not drink.
She has yet to drink?
Correct.
Excellent. I want to try and slip some deadly nightshade into her tea.
Okay.
I have herbs. I can do that.
Roll stealth again.
Okay, come on. Give me something. Okay. Like, that's workable is... Please, oh great and merciful
I'll give you
DM.
advantage because you're invisible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What would that add?
In the form of one more roll or a bonus of 5.
I will take the bonus of 5 because I got a 16.
Oh, easily. You have crushed this up into a fine little mixture powder and sprinkled some of it into her tea glass.
Excellent. Okay.
The guards are now pulling out the coffin from the carriage.
Okay.
Ophelia, what are you doing, might I ask? I'll take this one here.
I'm watching them carry the coffin carefully because I left my armor in there so they have some sort of weight.
Okay, are you still on the carriage?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
no, I'll hop off.
Okay. Do you drink your tea? The guards did not take any tea.
Playing up the part, I look sorrowfully at the dwarven lady and say, "Shall we drink together as a last respects to my deceased sister?"
She will hold up a teacup kind of to toast, but she does not say anything.
I take a drink. Or drink the whole cup.
The Beat Knight will down his. Kyrie will not drink from her tea. Elric, you get the perception she's about to pour it out. But she stops herself as the Beat Knight pours himself a second glass. She offers the Beat Knight her glass. The Beat Knight will gladly snatch it.
No!
Knock it out of his...
Oh, he's already snatched it!
Do you make a noise?
No! Internally,
Elric-
I'm cringing!
You're still invisible.
Internally, I'm dying! Oh, and so will the Beat Knight!
Unless you guys could do something about
Has
it.
he drank it yet?
No one knows I did it but me! Okay.
No, he's just snatched it.
I go up to the Beat Knight and said, I poisoned that, please don't.
The Beat Knight immediately drops the tea, having heard something. Not knowing that you're invisible or that you're not still in the carriage.
He dropped it?
He drops the cup, it splashes to the ground, he immediately falls to his knees. No! Kyrie steps back, like, what in the world is wrong with this guy? The Beat Knight is doing his best to kind of make... as if someone's trying to procure an antidote that's been spilled on the ground, like he's trying to get the tea back into the cup, but it's just mud. Why
At this
must
point,
the good be punished?
At this point, I go, still invisible, go up to Ophelia. I suggest we just start going into the catacombs. I'll sneak in with you.
Shall we get this show on the road, gentlemen? As unfortunate as it is, I do need to return home.
The
Where
Beat
my
Knight
focus
is
is
still
drinking.
on his knees. He has picked up the teacup and looking at it like it's a dead relative. What is the point? Kyrie just looks to you, Ophelia. Is he gonna be okay?
He's a smidge bit over dramatic in most cases. Just a touch. Not to mention that's a special tea that heals.
Yes, you would be at full health, by the way.
She was informing her it's an invigorating tea that does wonders for the body and wounds.
And it's apparently pretty hard to make, so he's a little upset he lost a cup of tea.
Do you try and console the Beat Knight?
I will try to console the Beat Knight.
The Beat Knight is a little bit taller than you and certainly larger and bulkier with his armor and will lean on you like a crying child.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, just that awkward as well.
I tell the both of them we need to get going. This invisibility will wear off soon, I'm sure.
Kyrie will follow the coffin as these guys will make their way into the cemetery and to the door of the obvious catacombs.
I will try to usher the Beat Knight into the catacombs as he leans on me.
You were kind of helping the Beat Knight. Elric, what are you doing?
I'm following them invisibly.
Okay. The guards will get to the door, this large stone mausoleum of sorts, and they will set the coffin down as everyone kind of gathers about. The first guard will reach for his keys and swat about his belt a few times and find the key ring and insert it into the one of two locks in the door. The other guard will reach over and his hand just smacks into 40 keys that are on his belt. He does a double take. He just quickly rubs his eyes like he's in a dream and looks back down and pulls only one key ring from this illusory mess. And adjusts his eyes, looking back down at his key belt like, what? Shakes his head and goes back, flips to the proper key, and both of them open this stone door. They wrench the door open, immediately to walk in with the coffin, noting that Kyrie has priest clothing and, in fact, an artifact with her. They will set the coffin down on a small handmade wagon, a wooden wagon. It's well made. They're the metal spikes and whatnot. It's not your average wooden cart. But at this point, they will ask if you will need further assistance.
At this point, do I have the keys also? Considering...
Yes, you have gotten a pair of keys. You illusory that so good you made a new set of keys.
Wow, okay. Well, still invisible since the door's open. I'm gonna sneak in.
Well, at this point, when the guards turn around, you are just there with everybody, so it is worn off. But they didn't seem to be thrown off by this.
Okay, like I was... Similar to like I was stuck at the wagon and was trying to hustle and I was left behind.
Right.
Okay.
I pipe up. The Fair Knight and I should be able to carry the coffin from here.
The guards will give a respective nod and leave behind the door. They will shut the stone door, and you will thoroughly hear it lock behind you guys. Alright. Do not adjust your sets. I do not have the catacomb map prepared, but you are now in the catacombs. It is dark. There is only the light of torchlights, and you are right here in the opening. You do not go anywhere, but now would be the time to get your plan straight. The Beat Knight has calmed down. The Beat Knight is back to himself.
Well, I am going to get my armor out of the coffin and find a place to put it on.
Okay. The Beat Knight walks over to you, Elric. I just want to let you know I am disappointed still. You have spilled my tea.
That's okay. Just think. That patch of grass, you have given them new hope in life. As your tea was exceedingly invigorating.
That patch of grass is dead.
Just a meta, nightshade doesn't work like that on other plants.
You're not quite sure what Beat Knight meant by this.
No, I don't.
Kyrie will chime up. Okay, so if you're here to map out the catacombs, then let's get mapping.
Alright.
And with this, I'm going to have to stop because I need to prepare a map.
Okay.